Hey, I'm Mike, trying this comedy business thing to get out of my current job. I sell bingo cards. You know how to sell bingo cards, don't you? You just aim for a regular career and fail. I should tell you a bit about myself. I'm a Roman Catholic, so, I think Jesus will come back, but I wonder what if he already did? But it was just as subtle as the first time, but with no big announcements. Like, what if he was already in college by now? He'd show up at the frat house with water cooler jugs under his arm, and the guys would be like, "Hey, check out Lumberg over here." "Oh, ye of little faith," he would say with a smile and a wink. Big party that weekend with Dasani bottles and Evian bottles coming in, and still people are walking out hammered. No one knows what's going on from the outside, but inside, it's a good Friday. Then this hottie walks up to him, and she's like, "Hey, I'm Magdalene. People call me Maggie. So what's your name?" "Oh, I'm Maggie. I'm Jesus." "Why, you don't look Mexican, so what are you here for?" "Well, I'm going into my dad's work. I'm taking a minor in theology, majoring in carpentry." "Ooh, a carpenter. So has anyone here taught you how to screw yet?" But before he can answer, Judas walks up to him, loudly patting him on the back, saying, "Thanks for all the booze, Jesus." Then the security guards close in, slip him $30. Jesus gets dragged off by security and suspended, but, no big deal. He'll be back in 3 days. Did anyone think I was blasphemous there? No? We're all going to hell then. Good to have company. My dad's talking about how awesome the 50s were. So when I see technology, I wonder what the 50s would have done with it. But the real 50s, not that fake nostalgia one that you see in the movies. Like, new from Apple Industries comes the intelligent phone. What's that? A phone that fits in your pocket? That's a black friend you can sit at the front of the bus with. But not just a phone, also a map. With further application development, the sky will be the limit. And you can exercise your civic duty with the pre-installed Morality Watch. It receives updates once a week from CIA headquarters, so you can be your own J. Edgar Hoover and learn who in your neighborhood is a threat to public decency and values. Is your neighbor a pedophile? A homosexual? Perhaps even a communist? Not in my backyard, you can say with pride, because your information comes from the government, a source you can trust. Does anyone here have kids? I do in the sense that I look after the same ones a lot, but they're just my nephews, so I'm not a parent. Who's this guy on stage? I can't get a sense of him. He's not a parent. That's wordplay. Some people said kids ruin a marriage, and some people are monsters. But kids can put stress on a marriage and ruin the ones that shouldn't happen anyway. Kids should never be the reason Dad left. They should be the reason Dad stayed, with a woman he was done with, while he still had his health, his job, and could have started fresh with a woman who remembers to take her damn pill on a regular basis. "I'm sorry I killed your freedom being born, Dad!" Was that too personal? Forget it then, moving on. My nephews are clowns. The 2-year-old is in that phase where he does these booty-shaking dances that make me laugh, and the other one, he's 8 years old, but he's already a dirty old man. I was sitting next to him while putting on a cartoon, and he grabs my hand. I figure he wants to put it on his shoulder so I can pull him in for some, nice male mentor bonding. But then I feel his lap on my palm and both his hands holding mine down, and he starts humping my palm. I recoil in disgust, and he's laughing. I'm not that kind of uncle. Was I giving off vibes? Was my hand asking for it looking like that? I don't know where he gets it from. He's not an altar boy. I'm exaggerating, of course. He's laughing like a kid does, so I'm sure he wasn't recreating something horrible that happened to him that will require therapy. Besides, now I don't know who needs it more, him or me. I'm just glad my brother-in-law didn't walk in, because this isn't what it looks like is really hard to understand while being throttled by a guy who does weights. You ever notice when someone's either lying or not being totally honest with you, their voice goes up a bit? "Oh, that show was great. I'm really glad you suggested instead of Iron Man 3. "Oh, that wasn't burnt at all. You did great." "Oh, no, it's good you brought me to your friend's birthday party. It's okay that I don't know anybody here and I can't put on any good music or let go on my drink and not take my eyes off of it." When you're totally honest, your voice drops a bit. "Dude, the new Assassin's Creed game rocks. Girl, your 5 cheese lasagna was off the chain. This kid's party is amazing. I can't recall the last time I had Cheetos and cake and Nestle Quick for a meal. And they're playing one of my favorite SpongeBob's on the TV. Nice." It's like lies and deceit come from the brain, but sincerity comes from the groin. So who here gets spam? Have they figured out a way to stop that already? I'm not as tech savvy as I'd like to be, so I may have missed it. Did I just miss the memo? I wonder if women get the same spam messages we do, like stopping premature orgasms. Why would they not want them? They can just power through to the next one. But guys have to suffer with, oh, this is so good. Oh my God, I'm sorry about your eye. Valentine's Day came and went. It's got to be like Boxing Day for hookers, where all the disappointed masses are out in droves to get what they really wanted, hopefully at a discount. Has anyone seen The Dating Game? Did you know that there was an actual serial killer on that show? In the middle of his spree, he got on the show, and he won. How bad did the other bachelors feel realizing that they lost to a woman-killing psycho who was in the middle of his game? Bachelor number 2, if we were walking down the beach in the evening, what would you say to me? Well, I would tell you how beautiful the light in your eyes is and how sad it will be to watch it slowly fade away. From the sunset, not because I'm strangling you. That would come later. Sex is fun, but predictable after a while, so you gotta switch it up with new styles, don't you? Like hockey style, where you try to get the shirt off, but it just gets stuck over the head, so you work with it and do some body work. Then there's bowling style, where you name her like 7 and 10, go for the split, and try not to end up with your balls in the gutter. Then there's stand-up style, where you do your own thing for 7 minutes, try to ignore all the heckling, and just get it done by the red light. And then there's Gangnam style, where it was really entertaining at the time, but just come up with something else already. I hope that you enjoyed my jokes. I put them all through a vigorous quality control process so you get the very best I can deliver. It's a point of pride, so they get to you spotless and pure white. In short, I'm full of white pride. Thank you very much. Good night.